Hi, how's it going, guys? If you're new here, hello, I'm Jelena Rolick. I'm an editor and a writer. I do videos on all sorts of things, not just reading, editing, and writing, though I do some videos on writing apps, on writing methods, and things like that. And I plan to continue to do those because that's what I know and that's what I should do, right? But I do like to talk about other topics because I have a lot of interests and I want to connect with you on various things. Um, if you're new here, consider subscribing. You don't have to, obviously. I won't force you or beg you, but I will ask politely. And if you enjoy this video, which I don't know if you will or not, because I'm not a mind reader, click the like button. I don't know what that does for me. I just know it looks nice to know what people like. Um, I like learning what you guys like in general, and if you comment down below, I'll do videos based on things you ask me to do. Most likely, I will do those because I crave attention. It's not that I crave attention, I want to connect. And for me, knowing what you guys like is a way of connecting with you. And then knowing, hey, people like this, I should do a video on this. That's really helpful for me. So please leave a comment about things you like, things you maybe don't like seeing on my channel. Whatever you want to do. I will take no offense. I will simply take everything with a grain of salt to some degree, because that is how I take everything. But I seriously want your input on my channel, so please give me that input. I really appreciate it. Now, I haven't been around for over a month, and I'd like to apologize for that. I have had a lot of health problems lately. Right now I have a wisdom tooth that seriously needs to be taken out. I'm going to see a surgeon on Wednesday about it. Hopefully they'll get it done that day. If not, I don't know. I'll live with it. I've been living off of Ambisol. My dad got me a new bottle that I started already. Ambisol is great, but I really don't like having to use it constantly. Anyway, so some of the things that have happened recently. I had to go to the hospital a couple weeks ago to the ER because I had a migraine that lasted for 2 weeks. I was in status migrainous, and my dad realized nothing's gonna break this migraine at this point. She needs the hospital. Even though she doesn't want to go, she's going. And he got my doctor to tell me to go. On the day of my daughter appointment, when I got blood work, I went to the ER afterward. And I got my usual shot of Toradol and something else that they started using with Toradol, which it was a miracle working together. I never heard of it. I don't remember what it's called, but I will definitely remember to ask for it next time I go into status migrainous, because this isn't the first time I've gone through that, and it's certainly not going to be the last. I have severe chronic migraines, as you probably figured out. I'm actually wearing a shirt that says daily migraines are a full-time job. I got it off Teespring. I have a number of migraine-based t-shirts. I have in hoodies. I have one that's a hoodie that has a picture of a brain on it and tells you a bunch of symptoms of migraines and points out, yeah, it's on my head, sure. Then I have a long sleeve shirt that says migraine in progress, do not disturb, which I wear when I have a severe migraine so that my dad knows, okay, don't bother her, because you're going to make her cry. And when I cry, I get worse headaches, so the last thing I want to do is cry from the pain. Very fun spiral there. So that's that. I found out at the ER also I'm supposed to have a medical ID bracelet for having ever had WPW. If you don't know what that is, I had a heart condition called WPW, Wolff Parkinson White. I got an ablation, which is a simple surgical procedure. It's not heavily invasive. They put a tube up your arteries, I think it's the arteries, and they burn off some nerves that aren't supposed to be there. It wasn't a fun hospital visit, but I'll link down below my actual video about that. My God, though, it's amazing not having it anymore, but apparently it's not a surefire way to eradicate it forever. So I apparently need to have an ID bracelet that says, hey, I used to have WPW. But that's not a big deal. The big deal is I don't like wearing jewelry because I don't like anything made of metal because I'm weird. So yeah, that's that. Sorry if I keep closing my eyes. I don't know why I have this habit of closing my eyes when I talk. And I'm noticing it as I'm looking at the screen. I'm suddenly not seeing the screen. I'm like, I'm doing it again. So my apologies there. Updates. It is Preptober. If you don't know what that is, I have to explain NaNoWriMo first, probably. Well, I guess I don't have to explain it first. Preptober is the month before NaNoWriMo, which is a writing event in November. And basically, Preptober, as the name implies, is for prepping yourself. For example, making plot lines, writing out character information, making maps of your scenery, all those kinds of things. And depending on what kind of writer you are, there are 3 types of planning in the writing world, at least in the NaNoWriMo writing world, which include a planner who does all those things I mentioned, a pantser who just kind of wings everything and doesn't do much planning at all, and then there's a planter, which is me, someone who does some planning but not a lot, or in my case does a ton of planning but throws it all away by the end of the month. NaNoWriMo is my favorite time of year, which is November. November is National Novel Writing Month, which is what NaNoWriMo stands for. It's an event where people of all writing styles and stuff, anyone who wants to write 50,000 words of a novel, generally it's supposed to be a novel. I will explain why I say generally it's supposed to be in a minute. The goal is to write 50,000 words of fiction in just the 30 days of November. Now 50,000 words, that's 5 with 4 zeros after it, is a lot of words, okay? I'm not gonna lie. It is not easy. But I've been doing NaNoWriMo since I was 14. That's half my life ago already. And it's a very important event to me. It teaches me not to edit constantly, which is hard as an editor, but I self-edit constantly. It teaches me to just keep going and not give up. It has a lot of lessons in it, and I really recommend it to anyone who likes to write. Even if you don't succeed in writing 50,000 words, you probably will write a lot more than you expected, and that is enough to make it worthwhile, I think. There is, of course, incentives to actually win, as it's called, winning. You're not actually competing against anyone. Generally, you're supposed to be competing against yourself, but you know what I mean. But there is stuff you get if you win NaNoWriMo, which is you get coupon codes for various types of writing programs, and by writing programs I mean software, and occasionally actual programs, like, I don't know how to describe it, unfortunately, because I don't use those, but writing programs like Scrivener, like Campfire, a bunch of great software I will tell you about in another video, you can get coupons for after beating Nano. And I think that's a really nice thing they do. It's run by a nonprofit, I believe. Yeah, that's NaNoWriMo, and that's something that's coming up, and I'm really excited for it. And so that's going to be part of my videos for the next month or so, because I'm going to be very busy with my writing. I'm going to try to tell you about my writing. I'm not going to tell you about my story idea for this year until a little later, because I don't want to make this insanely long, and I still have things going on besides that I want to tell you about, which is, I want to tell you about Coursera, which is, this is not sponsored, by the way, by any of these groups or programs or everything. This is all just stuff I personally really like that I'm recommending. Coursera is a learning environment online. They have classes from countries all over the place. I am currently taking a class in video game design for beginners from California Institute of Technology, the California Institute of the Arts. I'm also taking a class from Virginia University. I think it's Berkeley College. Anyway, it's a Virginia University, and I'm taking a class on personal branding there. Coursera has classes on all sorts of things. There's the arts, obviously, as I mentioned, video game design also. There's personal things you can learn, like healthy eating, personal branding, and they have business. They have pretty much every topic under the sun that you can imagine getting a college course at. But the best thing about Coursera is A, it's free. You don't have to pay to be part of Coursera in general. B, you can audit classes for free online. You don't have to pay to take the classes necessarily. If you do pay for the classes, though, you can get college credits for it, which is pretty cool. But I find college classes too expensive, so I just audit classes that have interesting concepts to me. So those are a couple things I wanted to tell you about because, I don't know, I just felt the need to tell you about them. Things that I plan to do with the videos I do in the future, besides doing a bunch more writing program things, I'm going to do reviews of writing programs. I hope to do reviews on other things as well, like anime, games, all the things I like, basically. I will be as honest with you as I possibly can, which is pretty honest because I have no filter. But those are just some of the things I want to do on this channel, and I really want to know what you want me to do on this channel. So as I said in the beginning of this video, leave a comment. Thank you. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to get you caught up in what's been going on, what's coming, and sort of get my thoughts out in this mess of jumbled thoughts. Anyway, I am looking forward to seeing you again later on this week or next week. I'm sort of figuring out my schedule again. Normally I was doing Sundays and Wednesdays, but today is Monday and I don't know what I'm going to do for my next video yet. So we'll figure that out together. If you have ideas for my schedule that you think would be best, let me know down below also. That's all for today, and I'll see y'all later. Take care, guys. Oh, and as my dad says, be happy, be healthy, and don't forget to smile even under a face mask. Take care, guys.